welcome back to the rest of the story. Winter time is here, which means my bale carrier is really getting the time to shine. This is being used, really the reason I bought this thing was to use it during the winter. Now it might seem kind of backwards because it's a bale carrier for moving bales, you know, in and out of the field, whatever. Which is fine. We do use it for that. We largely use it for that because it's a lot easier to hook onto this and maybe hook it onto the tractor and then have Brittany or mom or whoever. It's a little bit easier to pull 6 or 7 bales with this, with the tractor, than pull 8 or 9 bales with the pickup and the gooseneck. Sometimes it can be a little bit more of a challenge. Sometimes with where we're hauling in from, it's just easier to have the weight of the tractor because this isn't going to push the tractor around fully loaded. And one downside to it, I wish I would have gotten the 8 bale carrier, but this was kind of this was a private sale, spur of the moment, and it really was never used from what I was told by the guy that owned it before me. It was in a barn fire. He bought it brand new like 20 years ago, and what happened was he quit farming, backed it into his barn, and his barn caught on fire a few years later, and you can see the paint is gone on the back end, and that's all it really had for damage on it. Did put 2 new tires on it, redid the bearings and the seals on the back end. The front end was saved from any fire damage, and I think they saved the barn actually. Only thing is my seal is coming out on that side. I just noticed that when we were unloading it, but these things are really convenient, and honestly I wouldn't mind getting an 8 bale carrier. There's actually one I saw in the magazine about a month or 2 ago. It was like a 8, or maybe it might have been a 10 capacity carrier, but what it does, it actually has the racks, the rails on the front and the back, so you're able to load it a little bit heavier, and it was set up with the spaced out tires in the front, so you don't have that little dolly on the front end. It was set up just like a regular wagon, much the way I'd prefer it, because the reason we like to use this, and maybe 6 bales is the best way to go, especially in the winter and when the truck is most of the times pulling it between the farms. Just loading up 6 bales like this and moving hay or fodder between the farms is the best way to go, and it really saves using the tractor and the bale tines and hauling 1 bale at a time and taking 4 hours to haul 6 bales when you can do it in 30 minutes with this, from load to unload. And between having cattle at all 3 farms right now, sometimes like where we're at Ryan's place, the hay supply, we're burning through the hay quicker out here than we are at the home farm, so we got that storage over at home that we're utilizing to keep the bale quality up, because bales like this feed out a lot better, a lot easier on the cattle to digest and all that, than giving them a bunch of rotten bales that sat outside all summer long. So we don't tube, we don't tarp. Maybe we will someday. I mean, my only problem with when you wrap them with that white shrink wrap is that makes one heck of a mess. I've been unwrapping a few of those here in the past, and by the time you go through, you cut all the wrap off, and then if they're baled as silage bales, all the nutrients and whatever moisture was in the hay and the grass, whatever you had, sticks and freezes to the twines or the net wrap, and then you just get one heck of a mess. I mean, the net wrap is a nuisance enough as it is like this, but I thought the wrapping them with that white wrap would save the net wrap or the twine, whatever's on the inside, from getting frozen in like that. But to be completely honest, I think it makes it worse. But that's just my opinion. All right, I gotta move on with the rest of my day and winter chores, I guess. So I'll talk to you guys later.